How do we update the firmware on FEZ? This applies to FEZ Domino and FEZ Mini as well. First, we would need the board, of course, and it's already connected through USB cable to your PC. And then you will need MF Deploy. This is a Microsoft tool, and it ships with the .NET Micro Framework SDK 4.0. And we also need a terminal software. We highly recommend that you use TerraTerm. This is a free terminal that is available online, and for convenience we have it available on our website, so you can download it right from tinyclr.com and have it installed. If you have TerraTerm already installed on your PC and it's different version, you may run into problems. We have seen issues in the past, so we highly recommend you use the exact version we have on our website. If you already have it, maybe uninstall it and install the version we have available on our website. First, I want to make sure everything is connected properly. We have the USB cable connected. From the USB menu, I will select USB Easy, and I will ping the device, and it's responding TinyCLR. And I have a small application on the board that's blinking the LED. And what we need to do here is update the firmware. Let's say GHI has released a new SDK to add new features to FEZ, or maybe fix some problems, and now you want to upgrade your device. You don't need to send the device back to GHI or use any special tools. The device can update itself with some help. So to update the device, first you can see here we have a loader button and we have a reset button. This loader button can be used in your application if you like, but this also has a special use on power up of the device. This button is also available on FEZ Mini, but there's no reset button on FEZ Mini. The reset button will be once you plug FEZ Mini into the robot kit or into the starter kit. There's a reset button on those boards. So you will have a reset button when you have FEZ Mini plugged into the robot kit or the starter kit. If you do not have those boards and you want to reset the board, a reset can be simply done by removing the USB connector and then plugging the USB connector back in. This will work as well as a reset. So in my terminal software, I make sure I'm disconnected, it's open and ready. Go to File, and I will make a new connection. And you can see here that I need serial. And it's showing me COM3. This is the only serial port I have available on this machine. Now, after you need to take a note of which COM port you have. Over here I only have one, so I don't need to write it down. It's easy. It's COM3. Okay. Now I need to reset my board and have it enter the loader. Now the loader is accessed by holding this button down while the board powers up or while reset. So since I have reset button, it's easier to just press reset. So I'm gonna hold the loader down, and while I'm holding it down, I will press and release reset, and I'm gonna keep this button held down. After we have held down the loader button and we reset the board through the reset button or through recycling the power or by removing and reinserting the USB cable, the board will show on Windows as a virtual serial port, and this is how the new firmware is transferred to the board. So the first time you do this, Windows will ask for drivers. I just loaded the drivers. I skipped that to shorten the video, and now we have the board running on Windows through the new drivers, and I can verify this if I go to the create a new connection like before. before we had only COM3, now we have COM14 as well. And this is how I know this is the new one. So I know this is the virtual COM port that is actually FEZ. So if I click OK, now I have created a new connection. Now I'm gonna try to type Q right here. So Q is really it's an unknown command over here. So if I type Q, nothing happens. Now if I try V, uppercase V, I see the version number of every time I press, I see the version number of the loader. Now to load new firmware, I need to use the X, uppercase X, start file transfer, and this is a signal from the terminal saying it's ready to accept the FEZ is ready to accept the new firmware file. So I go to File, Transfer, X modem. This is the protocol used by FEZ to accept new firmware, and send. Now from the GHI FEZ SDK firmware, I select the FEZ Domino and FEZ Mini use the same firmware file, so I select the file. Make sure you select, by default it's not 1K. Make sure you select this one. It's the 1K option. So we select the file, 1K, open, and you can see here how it's transferring the file. It only takes a couple seconds, and now it's done. And when it's done, this stops responding because now FEZ had exited the loader and it's running the actual firmware. And I want to disconnect just to make sure there's no problems on USB. And we go back to here and USB easy ping. Okay, this is the new firmware now running. Now, how do I check what firmware I have running here? I go target, device capabilities, and over here we have the solution version, and this is the number we care for. Now over here we have 093. This is still beta while we're making this video, so we have this version number. Yours it's gonna be different, of course. And then I want to know if the SDK I have is the same version or not. You need to make sure always that your firmware is same version as your SDK. This is available in the release notes. And also, if I open Visual C# Express, and I have these assemblies here, if I go to add a reference, I can see that these assemblies have version 0.9.2. This is not same as the version I have on my device. I have 0.9.3. This means the firmware I have on the board is newer than the firmware, newer than the SDK and newer than the libraries. Now, do not try to run different version of the library on different version of the library from the firmware. They must match, and otherwise you would run into problems. Thank you.